Gaza, one of the most densely populated regions of the world, now described as a graveyard for children.
Gaza is becoming a graveyard for children. Hundreds of girls and boys are reportedly being killed or injured every day.
Major hospitals are surrounded by a circle of death, a casualty of Israel's war on Hamas. As Israel's unrelenting fight to weed out Hamas continues, it is the stench of decomposing corpses and roads strewn with rubble and dust that have become representative of the reality on the ground. There has been some reprieve with regards to the hostage situation. Israel and Hamas's approval of a deal to release 50 hostages and a multi-day pause is perhaps the most optimistic and concrete breakthrough yet. However, Benjamin Netanyahu has made it known this is not the end of the war and that Israel would continue this war.
יש בחוץ דיבורי הבל. כאילו אחרי ההפוגה להשבת חטופינו, אנחנו נפסיק את המלחמה. אז אני מבקש להבהיר, אנחנו במלחמה, ונמשיך במלחמה. נמשיך במלחמה עד שנשיג את כל היעדים שלנו. במלחמה יש שלבים, וגם בהשבת החטופים יש שלבים. אבל אנחנו לא נרפה, עד שנשיג את הניצחון המוחלט, ועד שנחזיר את כולם.
يعني نفضل عدم الخوض في التفاصيل، لكن ما يمكن أن نقوله اليوم هناك حوارات إلها شهر ونتبادل الاقتراحات والردود هنا وهناك بالرعاية القطرية والمصرية المشكورة المقدرة التي كانت معنا من الأيام الأولى. ولكن أنا بعتقد أننا في لحظات حاسمة في هذا الأمر، وإحنا كلنا أمل إن شاء الله تعالى إنه تكون هذه الهدنة. إحنا هذه الهدنة المؤقتة التي بموجبها هو وقف العدوان أيام ودخول الإغاثة لشعبنا وتكثيف هذه الإغاثة.
On the ground, the Gazans are in the grip of the horror unfolding before them, wondering if they will live to see another day. With no end in sight to their suffering and plight, what is going to be left of Gaza? The answer remains elusive. The Al-Shifa, the site of Israeli raids, the same place where bodies are piling up in the corridors and the same place where Israel claims Hamas militants have a command center. The Al-Quds was met with a similar fate. The Al-Shifa complex, now in ruins, is representative of the lives of the Gazans upended by the Israeli bombings, shattered and barely hanging on. International pressure is growing on Israel to give evidence of the Hamas command centers in the Al-Shifa complex. One they believe warrants this scale of intervention in the hospital that is not only overwhelmed on account of those seeking treatment, but also those seeking shelter. Israeli forces have released footage of what they claim is Hamas's terror infrastructure. The IDF have been pressed to provide concrete evidence for their operations in Al-Shifa. However, back in the corridors, the wailing and screams still echo, despite the staff, patients and sheltering Gazans having fled since the raid. Despite the extremely high-risk evacuation of newborn babies who had to be wrapped in foils and transported to Egypt in search of incubators, the IDF maintains that the mission is to annihilate Hamas. The annihilation of normalcy in Gaza continues. As uproar grows over the plight of the people in Gaza, despite their optimistic evaluations of an imminent deal on prisoner and hostage swap, the death zone continues to grow and fester. While the tale of counterclaims and claims continue, this is where things stand in Gaza. Doctors are urging for international aid. Aid deliveries are grossly inadequate. The United Nations Relief and Works agencies describe the situation in Gaza as unlivable. Fuel deliveries at this rate are only an insult to injury rather than an actual sigh of relief. hospitals in Gaza are no longer functioning as hospitals. And if that was not enough, the situation in the extremely overpopulated south of Gaza is not any better, as all of Gaza turns into this unlivable bubble. The question is, what will be left of Gaza? The answer? Still elusive.